All right, team, we are back. I wanted to do a video. It's been like 3 weeks since getting back from France in Europe, and I've been here locked in, just training Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you know, the typical Tuesday track, Thursday tempo, Saturday long run. And the rest has been pretty much zone 2 mileage, which for me right now is about 8-minute pace, 8-minute per mile pace. So doing a lot of just monitoring my heart rate, which my zone 2 heart rate has been mostly like 140s and stuff, but I think I would have a lower heart rate and a faster pace had the weather not been Miami, which is like 80 degrees out, and then an 80% or whatever the metric is for a dew point. But today I wanted to go over a little bit of my nutrition and what I eat normally, and kind of just all of my fuel besides, you know, my standard meals, but my nutrients through supplements. So put everything here. I have to start after, or I'll start from before my run. So when I wake up every day, I'll do a pure protein bar. This is the Chocolate Deluxe. It's 180 calories, 21 grams of protein, very low sugar content, which I like. A lot of the other ones have like, this is 3 grams of sugar. A lot of the other bars that I see have like 5 or 8 grams of sugar. I know there's sugar alcohols, which I'm not a dietitian, but I've heard they have some cancer causing chemicals in there. So I guess I should be a little bit more mindful of that, but I'll eat this every morning before a workout, before a run, no matter what run it is. These are good. They have different flavors. I like Chocolate Deluxe. It's pretty simple. They have Galactic Brownie. They have Lemon Cake. They have Cookies and Cream, which has been my favorite. Before that or during that, for nutrition, I will, and this counts, I don't care what anyone says, 2 shots of Nespresso, which is, don't know the calories or anything like that, but that's just homeostasis-based level of caffeine for me. And that happens every day. That's a non-negotiable, and that is probably within 5 minutes of waking up. But so that, the pure protein bar, 2 shots of espresso, depending on the length of my run or what kind of run I'm doing, the next thing I have is a honey stinger. So today I did 18 miles. I had 1 honey stinger. I probably could have done 2 this morning, but these things are really good. They're 150 calories. They taste actually like a coffee type cookie. Like I can eat these out of enjoyment. Again, some added sugar in there. Not a protein source whatsoever, but really good for quick, like you want to get out the door before work, pure protein bar, honey stinger, a couple shots, and you go run. And then you really manja after you run. But so those 2 things pre-run with 2 shots. Then we have, this is the protein I've been having lately, Orgain Protein, 21 grams of plant protein, less than 1 gram of sugar. I think they use some stevia in here. 2 scoops, 160 calories, nice and easy, tastes good, right in the shaker bottle in the shower. And then as far as like actual during the run nutrients or gels, I have been on a kick, and this has probably been going on for over a year, I would say. But these, people sleep on these. People don't like goo. I think they're great. 100 calories. Strawberry banana is my only flavor that I go with. It's been for Boston Marathon, Eugene Marathon, and then if I'm feeling a little rich or if I'm feeling a little particular, I will do these, the gel 100, calf 100 from Martin. The other ones that I'll do is just the gel 100, which is the black package, so there's no caffeine because usually I'm heavily caffeinated with coffee. The other thing that I used to eat, and this was when I was running at night after work, is I would get back from work and I would have the CLIF blocks, which I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, but they look like little gummies, like gummy squares. There's 6 of them in a pack. I think it's 3 square gummies is 1 serving. So, and it's like 90 calories, but they tasted really good. They had some extra salt in there. I wish I had other thing, but my team that I run with is the Salis Track Club, and they have It's an electrolyte brand. It's called Salus, which I don't take, but a lot of my friends and surrounding athletes here in Miami will take. But since I can't swallow pills, which is pretty embarrassing, I elect to go with these, which I recently have started trying and using, which is the Liquid Death. Death Dust, they call it. They taste super good. This is Mango Chainsaw. This one it's very sweet, 35 calories, a lot of sugar, a lot of potassium, a lot of sodium, so good for the Miami heat. You sweat a lot here. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I was thinking this to myself today, but I had a very large difference in performance today versus my last 18 miler 2 weeks ago. And that could have been with Europe and a little bit of drinking, a little bit of partying, like disrupted sleep, travel, etc. But just from a mere liquid intake and electrolyte intake perspective, I was not nearly as prepped for that 18 miler than I was today. This morning I woke up, I did all of these things. I had 4 gels during my run. I had this when I woke up along with these. So I was just like super prepped. I felt really good, executed well. I think that the more you train, the more intuitive you are with your body and how much you need and how much you're feeling and how much pasta I ate the night before. Did I poop the night before? Like, all these things that you may not even think about as a beginning runner, you start to get more and more in tune with every run, every long run you do, every race you go into, what kind of sleep you need, what time you want to go to bed. Like, these little things that beginner runners just don't know, and they have to learn on their own. And what works for me may not work for the next person, the next guy, the next girl, the next new runner. Some people can function on drinking 3 beers the night before and going out and running their best. Like, I feel if I have alcohol, it makes me weaker and it gets mentally in my head. Sometimes before, when I didn't care as much, I could have 5 IPAs and go run a 42-minute 10K. This was before I was training. So it just depends on how in tune you are, how often you train, what your goals are, how seriously you want to take it. But I just wanted to break down my nutrition because these are all things that I buy pretty routinely. The Liquid Death has definitely been a recent addition. Goos are a staple. The pure protein bars, I think, are the best ones in the industry. There's a lot of other ones that taste a lot better, but they just don't do the job from a protein perspective. I really am trying to focus on protein intake throughout this block. It's been over 1,200 miles this year easily, and just trying to stay healthy and keep growing and getting faster. And I've heard people say, oh, you can't have 2 A races in a year. And like, I had Eugene, I broke 3, and now I'm going to Chicago. I'm trying to break 3 and then some. So really keying in on protein. The last thing I'll say about nutrition is I was recently partnered with Nutri Meals, which is in my bio if you want to look, but they've been sending me 10 meals a week for 10 weeks, and it's been super easy, 2 minutes in the microwave, good macros. I've been doing the MyFitnessPal, which is another thing I suggest, and I meant to say this earlier. MyFitnessPal is an app that logs all of your macros and your calories, so you can do that, see how many calories you burned actively during your rest or just existing, and then it will kind of just spit out how many more calories you need to eat. And I've realized as I've gotten more and more into these long runs that you have to eat, and sometimes I think I'm eating enough and I'm not. So another thing to keep in mind. But back to Nutri. 2 minutes, easy in the mic. They have breakfast, lunch, dinner. They have protein supplements, protein balls. They have bulk orders where you could order like a pound of Oman steak, a pound of chicken, a pound of sweet potato, a pound of broccoli. So you could do like a little, almost like meal prep that's already meal prepped for you. And then they have separate little dinners where I had Kung Pao chicken yesterday at the office for lunch, and then last night I had turkey tip, or I made pasta. Today I had steak tips. There's chicken cordon bleu. There's what's one of my other favorites? The simple Atlantic salmon with rice and green beans, like as simple as it gets, super easy, 2 minutes in the mic. I add a little bit of my own Japanese barbecue sauce, and it's good. So feel like I'm pretty keyed in on nutrition. Definitely open to suggestions. I mean, these things are all stuff that like agree with me. I don't feel like any agita in my stomach, or it doesn't give me any, discomfort or makes me feel slower or lethargic. But again, open to suggestions. And I think that as I continue to train, there'll be more things implemented if I'm burning more calories or training more. But that's my quick take on my personal nutrition or fuel or supplements or what have you. I do not take any vitamins. I don't take any gummies. I don't take any pills. I don't take any vitamin B or D or C or anything. All of my other vitamins are taken in just naturally through whole foods. And that's what we have today, and we'll get you on the next one, team.